See, I can't straighten my back at all. I have to walk like this. So I'm definitely gonna need crutches today, and hopefully my Rubitol just, well, he'll drain them, but hopefully, like, the hope is that it doesn't fill right back up. So I hope that the cortisone actually does the trick. And yeah, I'm not. Okay. I'm sure if I go like sideways. I forgot my water bottle. I'm gonna need my water bottle.
Let me get it.
I have to rest my bum up against the wall because I have that posture anyways. I know it looks funny, but it works. I'll do anything to get to my power shake. It's like walking in Utkatasana. If any of you do yoga, you know that pose. Sean, show us Utkatasana. When you bend down into a squat and you hold it, yeah, it's like walking like that. So my glutes are on fucking fire. Made it to my superfoods. Can you pass me one of those stools, babe? Thanks. Hey guys, so it's pretty intense this morning, as you can see, and it has me thinking about a lot. Like, when I go to Texas, I'm going to have this surgery to remove these infections from my jaw, and I was wise enough to look for ozone therapy while there, because what happens with surgery is it can expose some of these germs back into your bloodstream, and if these germs run through my bloodstream, then I could be severely sick, I could have a flare-up. And so I did manage to find an ozone therapy facility in in Marble Falls, where I'm having my surgery, which is really great because they're gonna remove the infection from my jaw and, you know, sew me up. And then after that, I'm going to go and do the eboo machine, which is going to clean my blood of all the microorganisms that I've been exposed to and help continue with the detox. Because it's not like you just remove a pocket of infection and it's over. You have to continue to detox your blood because there's microorganisms in there that are running through your system and hiding in joints and tissue and different things. So it's really important to keep that treatment going. But then, because things have just been more unstable in the last 2 weeks, which I'm not clear why. Everything has been kept stable with all of my treatments, and I've been doing really well enough to take a gig, right? So I don't know why things are so unstable right now, but to protect myself further, I'm actually emailing the ozone clinic in Texas and asking them if they know of any clinics in Marble Falls that will do walk-in to drain my knees. If I have a flare-up like this and I find myself in Texas and I can't walk at all, I mean, it's a really important question. So these are the things that I'm looking for. Everything's out of pocket. Again, I want to I want to address that because, you know, I still have a few weeks to hit my goal. I would really love your support if you could share this with friends and family and your community. If you're able to donate $5, $10, please do so. It makes a huge difference because the eboo machine alone is $1,500 US for a single treatment. The surgery is going to be $1,500 US. Plus I need to book a car and my flight to get there. And then if I'm having to drain my knees, especially walk-in, it's it's all going to be out of pocket. So I don't know how much it costs to drain my knees. Thankfully that's covered under OHIP here, and I see my rheumatologist. But when I'm in the States, I'm going to have to pay out of pocket, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a cheap procedure. So if you could donate $5 or $10 today, it will make a huge difference. Please get the word out there. I have an invisible disease. I have an invisible disability, and this is what I've been dealing with in the shadows. I don't show it. I just show up on stage and I perform. And that was what I was comfortable sharing back in the day. I didn't think anybody wanted to see this, and I'm not quite sure anybody wants to see this, really. But I'm showing it so that it can be seen, it can be witnessed, it can be acknowledged, it can be recognized that this is a real, this is real. What I'm living with, what I'm facing is real. And there's a lot of people out there like me that look fine, and then in like the span of just a few hours, they're not fine at all. So I'm trying to raise awareness for them as well, because we are the ones that fall through the cracks of the system. I should have had both my knees drained the other day at the hospital, and my nurse would not do it because I looked pretty fine. And I told them, if you don't do both, it's going to get worse. And here we are. So that's kind of what happens with people like us. We're not taken seriously because we don't look bad enough in the moment. And when we try to act preventative and we try to speak up for what we need, we are shunned, we are shut down, we are ignored, we are cut off, and we do not get what we need because we do not look, quote unquote, that bad in the moment. Yeah, and so the nurse even told me, like, draining the knees is not really considered like an emergency procedure. And I'm like, well, maybe the needle is not considered an emergency procedure, but my situation is an emergency. And if you don't give me 2 needles, it's going to become an emergency. So give me the needles. Like, I don't understand like the logic behind any of this. There's absolutely no preventative. There's no listening to us. There's no like taking into consideration what we need, what we're trying to express. Like none of that. It was super traumatic. I'm still a bit heated from that whole experience at Emerge. You know, when I was told in April 2023 that I was misdiagnosed, I mean, it was a shock to me, but it didn't really settle, and now it's starting to make sense. You know, this isn't just arthritis. Like, I am super nauseous. I feel really sick and really weak. My stomach is off. It's becoming more and more clear that this is an infection that's running rampant through my system, causing reactive arthritis. And so eating this past week has been quite challenging. I haven't had much of an appetite. Things I normally like, I can't even stand the smell of. My stomach is off. And this is why I continue to love Purium so much. These superfoods are just so easy to drink. And I'm getting all of my micronutrients, my macronutrients, my phytonutrients, my proteins, my fruits and veggies. And it's just interesting because in the last 4 years that I've been eating these superfoods and, you know, enjoying this lifestyle, I notice that, like, if I have the flu, or like if I feel really sick, or if I'm fighting an infection, these foods right away quiet my stomach upset, take away my nausea, make me feel like so much stronger within just a few minutes. I have so much more energy. Yeah, it just does something to my body that regular food just does not. And I think it's because when you're fighting like some kind of infection, your body really doesn't have enough resources to digest food, but it's also using all this energy to digest this food that's really not nutrient dense. And so it's a lot of energy output and not a lot of input. And so this food gives the best clean energy without much output. So yeah, that's my morning drink. I never skip a day. There's barley greens in here, wheatgrass, which Sean claims I smell like wheatgrass. And then there's like 14 different superfood greens. I also add a bit of Celtic salt for hydration. I have in here ionic elements, which is trace minerals. It also helps with brain function and just absorbing all that nutrients. And then it's loaded with vitamin D drops that I put in there. And then this fat soluble, so you have to take some fats. There's a little bit of fats in here, but I have my fish oil. And then, yeah, all of these are more herbs, fruits, and veggies. So that's pretty much just about as much as I can manage for breakfast, to be honest.